The Illegal Elbow Show. Alright, man, we're back. Thank you very much for joining me for another exciting, action-packed, fun-filled episode of Illegal Elbow Show. It's number 6. Hope you guys dig it. UFC on FX7. Pretty good night. I mean, it wasn't amazing by any means. Put on a pretty good card. I'm not going to run down the whole card, man. Forgive me. I could probably mention a few fights that I'm probably not going to, and a lot of you probably would want to hear about them. Nick Lentz, nice win over Diego Nunes. Looks like Diego Nunes is kind of in a funk, man. I don't want to rag on the guy, but hasn't looked with it in the last couple, it seems like. Edson Barboza, nice win, man. Back in winning ways with his submission. The guy submitted to strikes, I should say. Ronnie Marks taking on Andrew Craig. Andrew Craig looked pretty good in the beginning, but the thing I really didn't like about the fight is all Ronnie Marks was able to do was just nullify Andrew Craig. There was no offense. Hanging on to him, you know, attempted takedowns. He was just stopping him, basically. You know what I mean? It was really, I mean, obviously it wasn't an exciting fight because even if it was a good ground game fight, it'd still be exciting. I mean, I'm a stand-up guy. I like stand-up fights better, but I can appreciate a good ground game match too. You know what I mean? And jockeying for position and you know, making shit happen. You know, there's a chess match going on there, and it's two experienced people knowing when he's coming with this. I know how to counteract it with this. I don't know, man. I don't know how to say it without, you know, coming off wrong, but he was, I don't know, going for it a little bit more. Ronnie Marks just looked like he was just trying to stop it. He was just trying to stop the fight rather than, I don't know, man. Maybe I need to rewatch it or something, but it just seemed like it was a really dull win, you know, and the judges saw it enough for him to. And he was in control. I gotta give him that. He was in control, and then, you know, cage control, whatever, octagon control. Excuse me. Ooh, octagon. Man, I'd like to see something else from Andrew Craig. You know, I'd like to see Ronnie Marks get a little more back into a better boxing training or something. You know, I'm gonna botch his name probably. Daniel Serafian. I believe it's Serafian, something like that. I heard his name a couple times and I still can't remember it and get it right, but I'll get there, man. I'll get there. Dalloway, from the get-go, he was kind of in trouble. You know, this dude just came in there like a brick shit fucking train wreck, ready to just mangle him. A lot of people disagree with Dalloway winning. I thought maybe Dalloway did enough just to squeak by. I guess significant strikes is what they're, you know, well, what's a significant strike too? You know what I mean? You should probably elaborate a little bit on that, you know. But a good win for Dalloway, man. You know, and maybe they'll meet again sometime. You never know. Definitely looking forward to seeing what's next for Daniel, man, for sure. Great win for Gabe Gonzaga, man. Nice win. Ben Rothwell, I don't know what happened. I'm a fan of the guy. I don't want to rag on him. I don't know if he just fell asleep in training or something. Or maybe he cut a lot of weight or something like that. And then, I don't know, man. He just looked like he was out of gas within a minute into the fight. You know, and it didn't look like the same Ben Rothwell that fought Brendan Schaub and beat him. I hope they give Ben Rothwell one more shot. And if he comes in looking like that again, dude, you're out of here, man. You're out. You know, like I said, man, I'm a fan of the guy, but it was just a piss-poor performance, man. I mean, for all I know, news could come out. Something could have been seriously wrong with him. Could have been. Maybe in bad taste, what I just said, but you know what? I'm going to leave it out there. I ain't going to cut it. I do edit these videos, but I'm going to leave it in there. And I got props for the guy, man. Respect and shit. Like I said, something might have been wrong with him. Who knows? But awesome win for Gonzaga, man. Sweet win. Bisping looked like he had a pretty good game, man. Pretty good game going into this, and I was digging it because it was a good approach for Bisping. Just couldn't hold on to it, man. I mean, he couldn't stick with it and make it happen. You know what I mean? It's pretty much what it boils down to. Belfort looked cut as hell coming into there. I mean, he looked great. Mohawk coming in, that was kind of cool. A little cool change. Was just ready, man, ready to go from the get-go. And I thought, you know what, if Bisping can make it, I'm thinking if he gets towards, you know, if he gets to the end of the third and looking into the fourth, and Vitor's not able to pull anything off by then, there's always that chance, you know, Vitor, you know, still got dynamite in the hands even later rounds, but probably be a little bit tired by then. But he was a fucking rape tape from get-go, man, from the start. So I mean, it's like I said, maybe he worked on a lot of cardio. I mean, sure, he looked like he did. You know what I mean? He's pretty trim. Bad night for Bisping, man. You know, I was kind of hoping we could see him in a title shot just so we could see him not win. And you know, I'm not a huge fan of Bisping, but I actually do respect the guy a lot more. He's toned it down a little on some of the trash talk. I think he's realizing that maybe he's abandoning a lot of fans, maybe, you know. for lack of a better term. But overall, it was a pretty good night. I liked seeing Belfort get back into it and get a win. I'm pumped up to see what's next for him, man, big time. I'm definitely ready to see what's next for Vitor Belfort, man, for sure. UFC on Fox 6, Jon Dodson taking on Demetrius Johnson. It's a pretty good card overall, man. Mike Russell taking on Sean Jordan. Thought that was a pretty interesting matchup. I think if Mike Russell just out the gate starts throwing some jackhammers, he might be able to treat Sean Jordan like Czech Congo did. Maybe, you know, you never know. Hopefully Sean Jordan's been doing some good training, man. We see a good battle, man. That'd be sweet. You know, fucking hammers flying. Vladimir Mityashenko taking on Ryan Bader. Interesting fight. You know, Ryan Bader is coming off a loss, so I guess it makes sense to put him in there with Mityashenko. And I actually, now that I really think about it, man, I mean, they're both good strikers, and I'd say Ryan Bader might have a little bit of upper hand in wrestling, but I mean, maybe not. Really, I mean, now that I think about it, I'm kind of fucking Vice is running here. I think it might be a pretty good matchup, man. I think the only thing that's maybe a drawback is Vladimir getting up in age, but I'm gonna pick Ryan Bader for that, though. I would pick a Ryan Bader for that. Hatsu Hayoki taking on Clay Guida. Should be interesting, man. These guys both got sick experience, man. A lot of experience. A pick? I don't really have a pick. Should be pretty damn exciting. T.J. Grant taking on Matt Wyman. Matt Wyman's been seems like on and off. It looks good lately, man. And his style. I mean, just he's quick. I think it's gonna be a pretty sick fight, man, for sure. Donald Cerrone taking on Anthony Pettis, man. This seems like a long time coming here. It seems like last time they would have fought, though, maybe in WEC. I don't think Don Cerrone was doing as well as Anthony Pettis, so you know they weren't really on the same. Don Cerrone might have had to come back from a couple of losses to the champion now. Ben Henderson had a couple wins over Cerrone, and he wouldn't have been paired up with Anthony Pettis, but. Now it's kind of cool, man, because Cerrone's back in the game here, man, with some cool wins under his belt. You know, a drawback with Nate Diaz. But it should be a pretty interesting fight, man. If Don Cerrone can keep him off with that long reach, could be a rough night for Pettis, man. But Pettis, crafty as hell, man. We saw that kicking off the cage and shit, you know. Glover Teixeira taking on Quentin Rampage Jackson. I'll tell you, the war of words never seems to stop with Dana and Rampage. Some more shitty words, you know, I guess apparently. I don't know the whole story, but Rampage was bitching online or something about Dana saying some shit about him, you know, about a knee injury or something like that, making him fight with the knee injury. I don't know. It's a lot of he said, she said. Just fight your last fight and go to Bellator already. You know, that's what I suspect. I suspect he'll go to Bellator. Maybe it might be good for him to go over there. You know, he could probably go over there and make a pretty big stink, you know what I mean, and kick a lot of ass. You know, I don't see anybody knocking him out anytime soon, but, you know, I mean, there's a first for everything. Still got bombs in the hands, man. Demetrius Johnson and Jon Dodson. I don't even know where to start, man. I don't even know where to start. Two crafty-ass guys. Could almost be mirrors of each other, you know what I mean? I'd say Dodson's a little more, I don't even want to say athletic, a little more gymnastic, I guess, you know? It's got the makings to be fight of the year, or it could be boring because they both know what each other does. I doubt that. I highly doubt it's going to be boring, but we've seen stranger things happen. These two guys are so skilled that it could be one of them things where they got a lot of respect for each other, so they're toning it down a little bit. I think they both have that style, and it's just not, you know, they're not gonna. It's gonna be a pretty sick fight, man. That's obviously it probably will be fight of the night, but looks to be a good card, man. I know it's kind of a short video today, but probably will do a news video or something like that, maybe tonight or tomorrow or something. But I got to get to editing this one. It's the fun of editing, man. The shit I put in these videos for you guys, man. You guys don't even appreciate it. Just kidding. Alright, man. Sub if you haven't. Hope you enjoyed the Legal Elbow Show. And we will see you soon. BAM! It's the Illegal Elbow Show!